Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Main Event Insider, your #1 WWE hub. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's dive in. The wrestling world was sent into absolute chaos this week after a shocking backstage incident left Jacob Fatu injured and fans demanding answers. What began as a typical Friday night SmackDown quickly turned into one of the most talked about nights in recent WWE history. Jacob Fatu, known for his unmatched power and dominance, was found unconscious backstage in a scene that stunned everyone. Medical teams rushed to the area, security scrambled for answers, and the live crowd fell into stunned silence. Within minutes, the internet lit up with speculation, theories, and outrage. Who could have done this? And why? A mystery that gripped the entire WWE Universe. When word spread that security footage had mysteriously gone dark at the exact moment of the attack, suspicion ran wild. Every superstar on the roster became a potential suspect. Fans were quick to connect dots, pointing fingers at Roman Reigns, the Usos, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and even Cody Rhodes. Each name came with its own motive, its own storyline history, and its own tension with Fatu and Solo Sikoa's faction. Social media exploded as theories flooded timelines, with fans debating whether this was part of a larger plan or an unthinkable betrayal from within. Nick Aldis steps into the fire. As SmackDown's general manager, Nick Aldis found himself in the middle of pure chaos. His job was already complicated by the ongoing power struggle surrounding the Bloodline saga, but this incident pushed things to a breaking point. The locker room was on edge, trust was fading fast, and Aldis was under intense pressure to restore order. In an emotional backstage interview, visibly shaken yet composed, Aldis confirmed that after reviewing hours of footage and interviewing everyone involved, he had identified the person behind the attack. His tone said it all. This wasn't just storyline tension. This was something that genuinely caught everyone off guard. The name nobody expected. After days of speculation, Aldis finally revealed the attacker's name, and it sent shockwaves across the wrestling world. The person responsible for blindsiding Jacob Fatu was none other than Tama Tonga, a man who was supposed to be his brother-in-arms within the Bloodline. The revelation hit harder than any finishing move. A betrayal from the inside wasn't just unexpected, it was unthinkable. The Bloodline, long known for its unity and strength, was now showing cracks for the first time. Solo Sikoa's impossible dilemma. No one faces a tougher test than Solo Sikoa. As the head of the New Era Bloodline, he now stands at the center of a family war he never intended to fight. On one hand, Jacob Fatu has been his trusted ally and protector, the man who helped him assert dominance in the absence of Roman Reigns. On the other, Tama Tonga is blood, a veteran with lineage, loyalty, and years of shared history. Solo must decide whether to punish Tama or to reconcile and rebuild. Whatever choice he makes, the consequences will ripple through every corner of the WWE. The new Bloodline could rise stronger from this chaos, or collapse entirely under the weight of betrayal. Roman Reigns, the shadow over everything. While Solo and the others wrestle with internal conflict, one man watches from a distance, Roman Reigns. The tribal chief, whose influence still looms large, may be quietly smiling at this turmoil. He doesn't have to act. His successors are destroying themselves. If the new Bloodline fractures beyond repair, it opens the door for Roman's return to power. It's poetic in a way. The empire he built and lost might soon fall right back into his hands without him even stepping into the ring. Jacob Fatu's next move. As for Jacob Fatu, his recovery will be watched closely by everyone. Known for his resilience and explosive power, he's not someone who stays down for long. When he returns, and he will, it's safe to assume he'll be seeking answers face to face. Whether it's revenge or redemption that drives him, Fatu's comeback promises to be one of the most emotional and intense moments in recent WWE memory. He's a man who fights not just with strength, but with pride, and that pride has been deeply wounded. A bloodline divided. The fallout from Tama Tonga's betrayal is enormous. What once seemed like an unstoppable force is now divided, vulnerable, and uncertain of its future. The dynamics have completely shifted. Jay and Jimmy Uso are caught between loyalty to Solo and empathy for Tama, whose feelings they can likely relate to. Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Cody Rhodes, all longtime rivals of the family, are watching with interest, knowing that a divided bloodline creates opportunity. Even Roman's old allies could reemerge, drawn by the scent of internal chaos. SmackDown's landscape has changed overnight. Nick Aldis walks a tightrope. As general manager, Nick Aldis must now balance chaos with control. Does he suspend Tama Tonga for his actions, or let the conflict play out inside the ring where grudges can be settled publicly? Wrestling thrives on conflict, but Aldis also has to maintain credibility and safety behind the scenes. His decisions in the coming weeks will determine not just how the Bloodline saga unfolds, but how the entire SmackDown brand evolves moving forward. Every choice is political, and every move will be watched by millions. Fan reaction, shock, anger, and excitement. The fan response has been nothing short of explosive. Across social media, timelines are filled with disbelief, anger, and excitement. Some fans sympathize with Tama Tonga, arguing that his frustrations were justified after being overlooked. Others see his betrayal as unforgivable, calling it the ultimate act of disloyalty. Meanwhile, anticipation for next week's SmackDown is through the roof. Everyone wants to know, will Tama appear and explain himself? Will Solo Sikoa confront him? Will Jacob Fatu return sooner than expected? This isn't just another storyline. It's the emotional core of modern wrestling drama. A turning point for WWE storytelling. The brilliance of this moment lies in how personal it feels. This isn't a simple good guy versus bad guy feud. It's about loyalty, ego, respect, and the complicated bond of family. Wrestling at its best mirrors real human conflict, and the Bloodline saga has always captured that perfectly. With Tama Tonga's betrayal, it has reached a new, deeply emotional chapter. The story now moves beyond championships and into the realm of legacy, who truly carries the spirit of the Bloodline, and who's fighting for themselves. What happens next? The future of SmackDown now hangs on what happens in the coming weeks. Will Solo Sikoa hold his fractured family together or let it all burn down? Will Roman Reigns return to reclaim the throne he built? Will Jacob Fatu's vengeance ignite a new war that no one can control? One thing is certain. Every superstar on the roster is now affected by this, directly or indirectly. The Bloodline is no longer just a faction. It's a story about pride, loyalty, and betrayal that defines an entire era of WWE. The fallout begins. In the end, Nick Aldis's revelation changed everything. Tama Tonga's actions exposed the fragile truth behind every great alliance. Loyalty lasts only as long as respect does. The Bloodline's future is uncertain, but its next chapter promises to be unforgettable. The lines have been drawn, emotions are raw, and the stage is set for a reckoning that could redefine not just SmackDown, but the entire direction of professional wrestling.